Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Two Vintage Sports Guys. Today, as Paul is on his God knows how many days of vacation, I have another special guest host today. It is Keith Cunningham. Keith, why don't you give us an intro?
Hey, thanks for having me on here, Joe. My name is Keith Cunningham. I'm from Woodstock, Georgia, just outside of Atlanta, Braves territory. I just really enjoy entertainment, movies about sports, and I just want to contribute.
And I liked everything he said except the Braves, so we remain mortal enemies. All of you, you've all the guest hosts of the week have been from Atlanta and avid Braves fans, but let's not hold any of that against you. But let's use the Braves with the sport of baseball, and we'll jump into our first conversation around baseball movies. Now, this is obviously very subjective on what the best one is. Do you want to define that by comedy? Do you want to find that by drama? But I'm going to say we start with Major League, which came out in 1989. I can remember seeing it in the theater. Back then, as a big baseball fan, Cleveland stunk, which they kind of gone up and down. And in '89, when they made that, they were still playing in the old stadium, which was good because by the time they made Major League Two, they were in the new stadium. And then by the time they made Major League Three, which was an absolute bomb, and they just kind of stole the name from. So we'll never talk about that. It's almost like having a Godfather 3 conversation versus the first two. But in Major League, we had Tom Berenger, we had Charlie Sheen, and we had pretty much a up-and-coming Wesley Snipes in one of his comedy roles before he would go on to do New Jack City and King of New York with Christopher Walken. Snipes was great, and then he was replaced by Omar by the second Major League, which we'll talk about wasn't bad. So give me some thoughts on what you think about Major League.
So, I mean, I remember watching it when it came out in the theaters in '89, almost '90, and it really touched a time when everybody was looking for that kind of entertainment. They were looking for that fun, jovial side of baseball. I mean, a lot of people didn't have a team that they just cared about, so Major League just sort of morphed everything into the Cleveland Indians.
And when you watch that movie, and again, you'd really have to dig into to know some of this stuff. In it, they're playing the hated Yankees, and as a Met fan, God love hating them. But they had the characters of the Yankees was this hitter. He was their cleanup hitter, and he was actually played by an ex pitcher of all things, who never hit a home run in his pitching career ever, and he's playing the slugger for the Yankees, right? So it just goes to show you that what you see on screen. And really, if you think about it, the best thing of that movie is Bob Uecker, right?
Right.
Bob Uecker, all his lines are famous today, from ball
Yeah.
4, ball 8. All right, what's your thoughts on Bob Uecker?
Love Bob Uecker. I mean, I used to, like him in the Bud Light commercials. He was funny and everything. He was a broadcaster for many, many years and just always brought a lot of levity to any situation.
Yeah, he couldn't hit for anything, and it's funny because one of the best lines in the movie is when Wesley Snipes, who's Willie Mays Hayes, his line is, "I'm Willie Mays Hayes. I hit like Mays and I run like Hayes." And after they
Right.
see he can't hit at all, the coach tells him, "You may run like Hayes, but you hit like shit." Right? So I could say that on here because it's from the movie. Uecker, did you ever watch him on Mr. Belvedere? Mr. Belvedere?
I never watched Mr. Belvedere. I
Yeah.
never, I didn't have a butler like you growing up. So
Butler was mom, as Dad referred to her lovingly. But it's a good thing she'll never listen to this to know that. But yeah, and what you would see in the movie is there was a lot of, but I think I love Dennis Haybert, who played Pedro Serrano, right?
yeah,
And
he was great.
What else did you like him in?
So I mean, I didn't know him as well as far as being a big like entertainment actor or anything like that. I knew he was in the movie Heat, but I think it was
Yep.
after that. He was cool in that. What else was he in?
Was in Heat. Did he have hair in Heat? I think he had hair.
Yeah, he did. I mean, I felt so sorry for his character in Heat.
He was in Heat, and then if you watch 24 with Kiefer Sutherland, he was the president for like 3 years or so. So yeah, Major League. I think that's I'd put that still at the top of my movie list. But another great one, which was actually a year before, was Bull Durham. What's your thoughts on Bull Durham?
Bull Durham was a great film. I thought it was interesting the way they, included like religion and philosophy and, metaphysics and, just all kinds of just bizarre things to like bring into the plot lines, along with a great ensemble cast. I mean, it was really strong of, everybody from Susan Sarandon. You had, her boyfriend then at the time, which is amazing. They, actually got married after that film. I guess the chemistry was very strong for them.
Well,
What's
I don't
his
think they
name?
were boyfriend and girlfriend at the time. They met there, right?
Yeah, they met there and but they married straight after.
The writer, Ron Shelton, who I read the book, there's a book on the making of Bull Durham, and it actually, me being the screenwriter, in the book, he actually puts a lot of the script pages and he shows you his thought process. He was a minor league baseball player, so to him, it was like his experiences he was writing about. And he had to fight the studio on everything. Like he wanted Kurt Russell to play the role, and it went to Kevin Costner, who was hot at the time. The Ron Shelton wanted Tim Robbins, but the studio wanted Anthony Michael Hall, which I don't really know what was Anthony Michael Hall doing in 1988.
So, I mean, he was coming off of what the
Edward
movies.
Scissorhands, I think.
Yeah, I mean, but I mean, he was very, very popular. I mean, Johnny Be Good, he was in that movie as an athlete.
I remember that. Like, I couldn't get over him not being the 16 Candles Breakfast Club skinny kid trying to watch him be Johnny Be Good. Like, it, I don't know. Did that sit right with you at that point?
So I really didn't even watch Johnny Be Good because I didn't picture him in that.
There was talk about them trying to do a sequel where Kevin Costner would then be a coach of one of those minor league teams, but I think he made some point of saying that he doesn't do sequels, and I think would have went the way of Major League 3 anyway. So you're probably better off not doing it at a certain point.
Yeah, I think it has its place in the entertainment stratosphere or whatever, where I don't think there needed to be a follow up on Bull Durham.
Well, I mean, he went on and then did anyway. Was Field of Dreams after that, right? I think that's early
Right. I mean,
90s.
there's so many baseball movies that we're not even talking about today, obviously, because we don't have that kind of time. But everything from Field of Dreams to The Natural. I mean, there's some great baseball movies out there.
And Natural, I could not get through. That was just, to me, it was a little too slow and old fashioned. I never bought Robert Redford could hit a ball. I just,
Ouch.
I
Ouch.
it's just,
That's
I
on
don't
my
know. I mean, I guess you like that one.
that's on my top four. That's on my Mount Rushmore of baseball movies.
Really? Okay, fair enough. What so what else you have there besides Major League?
So again, I didn't have Major League on my baseball. I would say it would be The Natural. It would be Field of Dreams. It would then be probably Bull Durham, and then the movie I think 42.
42 was good. That was what's his name who passed? Um,
Jackie Robinson.
well, the actor.
Mm,
All right, very cool. So
that's my
let's
Mount
segue
Rushmore for.
over. If we're done with our baseball movies, let's jump
Well,
into football.
wait, whoa, whoa, back it up, back it up.
All right,
What
back it
is
up.
what is your Mount Rushmore? Your four
Oh,
Mount Rushmore of baseball movies.
four. I'm gonna give you a top three.
Well, it's Mount Rushmore. No, you got to have four.
I want to knock one of those faces off. Well, it's Major League. That's number one.
Really?
I would think I'd have Major League Two probably my second
Jeez.
one. Because they're different. They're different types of
True.
movies. There are comedies, and then there are dramas, right? Like so, I like to lean towards comedies. I like Field of Dreams. So that I'd probably put that up there as 3. You could keep your The Natural. I'm not getting that near my Rushmore. And 4th one. You ever see Mr. 3000?
I did. Funny movie. Good movie.
That's a fun movie.
You know what?
Yeah.
I got to throw it in just because Sandlot. The Sandlot was a great baseball movie.
Yes, calling that a baseball movie is like the age-old argument that Die Hard's a Christmas movie, which would take like a whole episode to go through. But yes, it's baseball themed, but I can't argue with it. But it's definitely, I don't think it's on either Rushmore of ours, right?
No, I can't put it up there on that. Just honorable mention.
Honorable mention. All right, we good with baseball?
Good with baseball.
All right, let's jump into football. Give me a football movie that we're going to lead with.
Yikes. Any
Longest
given
yard?
Sunday. Any given Sunday.
Any given Sunday. You know what? The first thing I think of, I sat in the theater way too long watching that movie.
Yeah, it was a long one, but it was so good.
What did you like about that?
Everything. It was just, it was very visceral. The way they cut it, the way they like just, made it real life. Because a lot of times you don't feel like you're in the game, and they actually really brought that to the screen.
And man, that goes back to 1999.
Yes.
It was 2 hours and 42 minutes.
Yeah, too long.
You're talking 27 years ago in an ADD 2026 nowadays.
Oh, never
you gotta cut an hour out of that.
Easily.
Pacino played the coach.
Yeah.
Dennis Quaid played the veteran quarterback. Jamie Foxx played the up-and-coming quarterback. That was the tension. Cameron Diaz was, I think, Pacino's daughter, right? The coach's daughter.
No, I think she was the owner's daughter, and she was at odds a little bit with Pacino's way of doing things.
We had LL Cool J in there, who, he had the size and the attitude, so he worked. We still had some of the legends of football. We had Jim Brown. We had LT, Lawrence Taylor, in there.
Great role for LT. He was awesome in that.
Charlton Heston as the football commissioner.
Right.
So, I mean, it just goes to show
that's
you.
Oliver Stone. That's Oliver Stone just bringing in all the big guns. James Woods was in it as the doctor. Like, just interesting casting, but it all came together very strong.
Do you know, I never hear anybody talk about this when mentioning football movies. So
well,
it's great
I'm
to
not
see
like
the
everybody
differences
else.
between what we think out there.
I'm built different, so.
Hey, it takes all kinds. Yeah, I think one of the things I did like was that the NFL refused to like help with this film in any way because they thought the screenplay made like things sound very explicit. So to me, if you're going to make a movie that's supposed to be about the like NFL and you call it anything else, it just, as a sports guy, it just makes it seem that much more fake. Like if you're going to do it, it should be like we said, Major League, that's the real Cleveland Indians, right? It's a real Major League Baseball. But I don't know. I don't know. To this day, I don't know if Oliver Stone should have been making football movies. Stick to JFK and the crazy stuff.
You didn't like the Miami Sharks. You prefer the Miami Dolphins. That's what you're saying.
No, I mean, I think most really fan addicts like me will tell you either make it authentic or don't do it. But
are there any other like really big NFL type football movies? Because most of the football movies out there were collegiate or high school.
Yeah, thank you. It's a great lead in because one of my favorite movies, football movies, is The Replacements. And it's kind of something that really went kind of under the wire, but it was from 2000. And I think it was right either before or after Matrix, which really made obviously Keanu a star. I mean, this is after Bill and Ted, but you know, it's like a decade after Bill and Ted. But it's fair to say he didn't become who he is until The Matrix came out, and then this appeared either just right before it or right after it, and it was a little kind of low budget, under the radar movie, which was the NFL. They were going on strike, right? It was really sticking it to the high priced players, and Gene Hackman, who's one of those old Tom Landry, Dallas Cowboy coach type people, finds, kind of similar to Major League, where they go and find a bunch of wacky people that when you put them all together, they can win. And so Keanu Reeves was the quarterback. Jon Favreau, before he put on 2 extra Jon Favreaus,
That's wrong.
was in great shape, playing like a crazy lineman. And there was what else was that?
Wait, I got a quick question. So Jon Favreau, what position did he play in the movie Rudy?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen Rudy in years. What position did he play?
No, I'm thinking he was probably a lineman in that. So this would be an obvious, progression from him from Rudy into the replacements.
What year was Rudy?
Oh, you had to ask that. I'm going to say probably around 1993.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So, well, I mean, Favreau, I mean, not to make this how in shape is Favreau during his movies type thing. One of my favorite Christmas movies has turned out to be Four Christmases. Have you ever seen that with Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon?
I have not.
Well, watch that. It basically, the two of them don't want any part of their family. They tell them going somewhere else at Christmas. They get caught on camera when their flight is canceled at the airport. So they have to go then on Christmas Day to see all 4 families have 4 Christmases. And even though Vince Vaughn's this, like, what would you call it? Bit of a snooty, lawyerish type guy. He comes from not much, where his father is Robert Duvall.
Oh,
in a role I'm sure he's not proud of. And Vince Vaughn's 2 brothers are Jon Favreau and Tim McGraw, of all things. And the both of them are very low level, like UFC fighters, just beating the crap out of him. But that's as good as I've ever seen Jon Favreau. If you take a look at that movie. But
that's interesting. Jon Favreau, I mean, I like his lineage. I like the fact that, he's in every billion-dollar, Marvel movie. If he's not in it, it wasn't a billion-dollar movie, which is amazing.
Well, I think did he direct Iron Man, which was really the one that kicked it all off?
I want to say I want to say he even championed Robert Downey Jr. for that role. So
yeah. And don't forget, he was director for Elf. I mean,
the fact that he was on the show Friends, that's something that, you wouldn't have thought watching Rudy back in 1993, like that guy is going to be huge. But his trajectory has still not stopped.
And to the point, what is he trying to do on that Friends episode when he's dating Monica? He's a
UFC.
millionaire who wants to be the UFC champion.
Yes, indeed. That's the ring. She thought he was going to buy her an engagement ring, but he wanted a UFC ring.
And if you go back, probably at the same, well, I don't know if it's right before or right after, he played a bit role on Seinfeld as the clown at a party that George is dating some woman, her kid. And George keeps going to him. You don't know who Bozo the Clown is? And he keeps going, no, who is the clown? He goes, you hung up on some clown from the 60s, man. That's his big Jon Favreau line in Seinfeld.
That's funny. I do recall that now.
But yeah, so the replacements, they actually do a whole jailhouse dance scene to I Will Survive. Like, so
Gloria Gaynor.
you'd have to watch it to understand it. But if we compare that, which really it's a comedy movie, versus The Longest Yard. Now, The Longest
Which
Yard, we could talk
there's
about the
two of them.
original, or we could talk about the remake.
The remake was more of a comedy movie to me.
Exactly.
The original was more, tough and strong, and we're prisoners and we're going to take these guards out. But the Adam Sandler one was definitely a comedy with Chris
Which
Rock.
one, gun to your head, do you favor?
I mean, they're two different movies in my head,
They
even though
are.
they
They
have the
really are.
same
But if you
name.
had to watch one and make believe the other, and you could hit delete on the back key for the other one never to have existed, which one you picking?
I'm picking the first one.
I'm picking the first one too. Now, is that because
Yeah.
we're two old vintage guys, or is it because it was
Yes,
just more?
I mean, I think it's respectful. I think, if the second one doesn't outshine the first one, you have to give it to the first one.
Yeah. But is it perspective? Meaning, if you're our age and you grew up on Longest Yard, and here comes this other one 30 years later, and it's not as serious, you like the original. But if you're our kids' age and you only seen the Adam Sandler one and love it, and then you go watch this old fogey one and go, that was horrible. It wasn't even funny.
So I was that person where I saw the second one first. I had never seen the
Really?
first one. Yes. And I'd never seen the first one, so I went back and watched the Burt Reynolds one, and I loved it. I thought it, but I didn't compare the two. Again, same name, totally different, movies.
And one thing about it, The Longest Yard was an Albert Ruddy film. And you're going to say, who the heck is he?
Yep.
He was the producer of that movie. And this was his baby after he had done The Godfather. So
Wow.
he's the producer. And, yes, we've all seen and loved The Godfather. If you love The Godfather and you haven't watched the series on HBO or Max or whichever one, go find it. It's called The Offer, and it's like an 8 episode. It's not a documentary. It's a film series with actors that are playing this guy Ruddy, actors playing a young Pacino, all of them from The Godfather, and what this guy Ruddy had to do to get Godfather made between his bosses who were nuts, the actors he had to deal with, and the actual mob and Sinatra trying to shut the movie down because it was giving the Italians like me a bad name, right?
Like you.
It's
just like
it's
you.
great. If for those who have not seen The Offer, and if you like The Godfather at all, it's a must. But anyway, so this was Ruddy's big film after that, and then he kind of disappeared. But
Yeah.
in it,
Had you not told me that story, I never would have known who he was or how he contributed.
Dan, now if we had to talk Mount Rushmore of football movies,
Absolutely. I was about to ask that question.
I
What's
don't
your
know if I
Mount
get four of
Rushmore
them up there.
four?
So
Yeah.
well,
What
we
what
got
are
the
they?
replacements for me. We got The Longest Yard for me. What are my options? It's the only
Well, I
two.
mean, so
So,
Remember the Titans was a great movie with Denzel.
see,
You
you're
got
going Sandlot on me. Where if it's not kind of real teams and stuff, I struggle. Even though Longest Yard is a prison movie, so we got Rudy, we got Varsity Blues, The Blind
yep.
Side. Your Any Given Sunday, you brought up Friday Night Lights. So what other two am I putting up there?
So I can give you my four,
Yeah, go ahead.
which are pretty easy. I mean, and again, I don't care that it's not a real team or a real way of looking at it as far as reality wise, because I'm going for entertainment. But it's going to be Rudy as number one. It's going to be Remember the Titans as number two.
Hmm.
I'm going to say Brian's Song is probably number three. And then I'll probably go with like We Are Marshall for number four.
And you are all over the board.
You know, that's me.
All right, that's fair. All right, so I'll give you the 4. Mine are, again, replacements, original longest yard. So, see, I don't like how some of these things they categorize. The Last Boy Scout, which I thought was a great
Nah,
movie.
that's not a football movie. I mean, it
That's
has
not
football
that-
themes.
that's not a football movie.
Right.
Draft Day with Kevin Costner is
See,
kind of interesting. I don't know if you saw that one.
I did, and I wasn't on board. I never felt
It's a
like that
lot
was
of behind the scenes
right.
stuff.
It's like Moneyball. Like it's one of those type movies where
Yes,
it's
I think it's exactly Moneyball for football. Good call there.
right. Yeah.
What about Wildcats? That was actually very early Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson.
Was that Goldie Hawn in that one?
Yep.
No. Oh, okay.
Yep.
And that's
86.
what I remember
It's
about
40
it.
years ago.
Yeah, I remember Goldie Hawn in that. I don't remember anything else about that movie.
What
Wasn't she in a
about The Water Boy?
Waterboy was a great movie, comedy
Is
wise.
that a football movie?
No, it's a water movie. I mean, I get it, but no.
What about Jerry Maguire?
Again, that's show me the money, but
Not a football movie?
Not a football movie, not entirely. That is an agent movie. That is swimming with sharks, but for sports.
Okay, so what do I have? I'm missing one head on my mountain.
Probably.
I don't know. Varsity Blues. Did we like that one?
That was a good movie.
All right. How about we build a Mount Rushmore between us, 2 each.
See, my top 2 are probably Rudy, and I really liked Remember the Titans. Mount Rushmore of baseball is going to be The Natural, Field of Dreams, Bull Durham, and 42.
All right. Mine will be Major League 1, Major League 2, Bull Durham. Number 3, Bull Durham. And number 4, I'm going to go Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Right here.
Wow.
1942.
Wow. Yeah, you're going
Gary
way back
Cooper.
in time.
He kind of looked like Lou Gehrig.
That was, again, I mean, I'm not that much younger than you, but yeah, going way back to 1942, not a chance.
It's 3 years, dude. We're the same age. Chill out.
1942
sound like my wife there. I don't know how we didn't remember Bad News Bears. That is one of my favorite movies. 1976. I was 8 years old. I saw it in the theaters. I could still hear the Carmen opera theme song playing in my head.
I don't think I've ever seen Bad News Bears.
Oh my God, we can't be friends anymore.
Okay. See you. Bye.
You have to watch movies.
I'm gonna have to.
Never
go
seen
back
the
to
Bad
that
News
one.
Bears original is great. After that, they just Bad News Bears go play in the Houston Astrodome. Bad News Bears go to Japan. It's just all bad movies from there. But the original is
Walter Matthau. Yeah, I mean, I want to say it was because of the language and the adult themes. I mean,
there's language.
I think I was 4 years old at the time, and even when it came back out on VHS, I was still too young. I was 12. My parents were not going to be renting that for me on a Friday, Saturday night.
So they made a remake, which is probably 20 years old, where Billy Bob Thornton plays the Walter Matthau part. Did you see that? I guess you didn't see that one either?
Nope.
Yep, 2005. So basically
Wow.
21 years ago, they remade it, and it is not good.
I was going to say, I was going to have one question for that, and the question was why? Why would you remake that movie?
Why do they remake everything? Because they figure a generation has passed and they could recapitalize on it.
Sad. It's just a sad world we live in.
Very sad. So, and let's end on that sad note.
Don't do it. Don't do it. We've been talking comedies. Let's go back to the fun.
Yeah. I want to thank Mr. Keith Cunningham for guest hosting and discussing sports movies. We covered baseball, we covered football. We will do a follow-up one day, and we will cover. We'll see if we could cover basketball and hockey. We'll have to make sure we know the movies ahead of time, but we'll go from there. Say goodbye, Keith.
Always a pleasure, Joe Randacci. Have a great evening.
All right, bud. Take care. Take care, guys.